Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Bobby W. Bobby W223. I'm trying to record again here outside. Last time I know it was kind of awkward, but just gonna go ahead and try this again. It's my video. I know I said I was gonna do this forever ago, but basically what I want to see Sony do with the PlayStation 4, next gen system, what have you. So, before I get into it, I would say I have two shout-outs, but I can't remember off the top of my head what their channels are for sure. I don't want to say them wrong, but I know it's kind of unprofessional, but I'll put the links in the description. The first link, it's a channel. This dude, he does gameplays of the Jak and Daxter collection. That's the main videos that he does. So if you're a fan of Jak and Daxter, you like those type of games, definitely check his channel. It'll be the first link in there. Click on it, and if you those people, if you like that, then click on it, subscribe or whatever. There's people looking at me like, what the hell? Anywho, yeah, if you like those type of games, definitely give it a click, check them out, subscribe if you like that. Second video, I gave him a shout out before. It's ZX something. I can't remember the whole name top of my head, but he does a bunch of different videos, Minecraft, Little Big Planet, different things like that. And at first glance, if you never checked out his channel before, you might think it's kind of weird because he has this dog. It's like a puppet dog type of thing. It's not the one cool puppet doll that swears, but it's kind of more at first you might look at me like, oh, this is kind of weird, but just give it a chance, watch his videos. It's something different. It's kind of cool, kind of creative. There's fucking glass on the sidewalk. But check that one out too if you haven't before, and give him a subscribe if you like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and get into it before I change my mind about recording outside, because people are probably looking at me like, what the fuck. Basically, next gen Sony, like I said in the other videos, I feel that Sony has the most to improve on out of three. I feel Nintendo has the least to really improve on. Microsoft's kind of in the middle, and Sony has the most. As we all know, the online is probably the weakest thing in the PS3. This is all kind of excluding the Vita. I'm not really talking necessarily about handhelds, more about the home consoles and stuff like that. So the online on PS3, yes, it's free. Yes, it's not horrible, but it could be better. And shout outs to Submish on PSN. It was actually his idea with that whole being able to spectate, have a spectate type of mode and things like that on game systems next gen. That was actually kind of his idea, and I kind of not necessarily stole it, but I just want to give him a shout out and give him credit. So like how I said in the video about 360 with seeing kind of like a spectate on people's yard and shit, so spectate mode, I'll kind of see that too with the PS4, some kind of built-in spectate mode, or some kind of YouTube, type of, thing or something like that, especially since, let's see, what the hell I'm going to turn on. Especially since they have the YouTube thing on PS3 already, so I feel that they could, build upon that and make that a full-fledged built-in feature, not just a game-by-game feature. That we only see in a few games here and there. Sorry that I'm kind of pausing and shit as people, but I like to see that as a universal built-in feature across the board. So no matter what game you're playing, you can have an option to upload straight to YouTube, or have a Ustream or something like that, as well as like I said in the video about 360 or the next Xbox. With the online, they need to do party chat, things like that. Obviously, basically everything that we've seen that the Vita's doing, I basically want to see the PS4 do, as well as some kind of, like I said, some kind of spectate mode, or a Ustream feature or something like that as well. One of the other things I would say is kind of a #1 issue with Sony this generation is they don't really advertise their games the way that we, a lot of people would like them to. So that's something else as well that they definitely need to advertise more and really kind of get back to you know, the PS2, PS1 days, how they really, you know, advertise their shit, because they have nice games. They're not all, you know, necessarily the greatest, but they have a good amount of games that people just don't know, you know what I mean? So that's something right at the gate. They need to, you know, advertise their stuff a lot more. I like to see them launch with games that people already know about, instead of trying to launch with a bunch of new IPs right at the bat, like we kind of saw the PS3. The hell? People trying to talk to me, who that was. So, you know, if they want to launch it like, you know, Uncharted 4 and, you know, Little Big Planet 3 or like a Gran Turismo 6 or something, you know what I mean? Like games that we already know from, you know, either, you know, the PS1 or, you know, the PS2 era and, you know, PS3 and stuff like that. Y'all can see them launch with, you know, these games like, you know, have like a, you know, like a Sly Cooper, you know, whatever, or something, you know, whatever. I'm just giving examples of, you know, so instead of them trying to come out with a bunch of new games right at the bat that people don't know what the hell they are, which is going to make it even harder to try and advertise, versus you just put out a commercial of, you know, Uncharted 4, for example, something like that. People know what, you know, there's a good amount of people now that know what Uncharted is. So it'd be like, okay, yeah, I know what this is. Okay, I'm, you know, I'll think about getting one now. You know, that's fine. That's understandable. So, that's something else too. And then maybe, you know, after like a year or so, then they can start coming out with, you know, new IPs again. That's, you know, that's something I want to see them kind of do going into next gen. They need to fix the damn L2 and R2 buttons on the fucking DualShock 3. I really don't care if they keep the DualShock 3 basically the same. Maybe have different sizes to the controllers, have like thicker handles or something like that on the controller. But they need to fix the L2 and R2. I don't know whose idea that was to have concave buttons instead of convex, or just, they might as well just kept them straight like the PS1, the PS2, but they need to figure out something with that. If they're gonna keep the Move around, what I think that they should do with the Move, if they do decide to keep it around, which I don't think that they really need to, but if they do decide to basically come out with a better camera, which, hello chicks, there's already like rumors about them was supposed to be coming out with some kind of like Connect, you know, type of camera or whatever. So basically keep the same motion controller, but just have, you know, a better camera to go along with it, because the controller itself, the tech in that really isn't bad, just that the camera's kind of old, you know what I mean? So come out with, you know, a better camera, you know, better resolution, you know, whatever, and then just keep selling the same camera and just, you know, have it work like that, have, you know, be backwards compatible with Move games on the PS3, have the whole system actually, you know, of course, be backwards compatible. Something else I want to see, speaking of backwards compatibility, I will want to see crossplay, like how we see on the Vita and the PS3 and even the PC a little, games like Portal 2, excuse me, like Portal 2 and stuff like that. You know, I want to see crossplay between the PS3 and the PS4, you know, which means, you know, I wanted the PS4 obviously to be backwards compatible. Who won, you know, all systems should be backwards compatible. The Wii is going to be backwards compatible with, you know, the Wii. I'm sure the next Xbox will be, you know, backwards compatible with the 360. So, you know, PS4, oh, it's a little dog. I was like, I like to see that be backwards compatible with the PS3 and have a crossplay. So, like, say my friend's got a PS3 and he's got Uncharted 3, and I'm on the PS4, and I still own, you know, my copy of Uncharted 3. I should be able to play online with him, even though, you know, he's on the PS3, I'm on the PS4. That's something I want to see, you know, kind of bring the whole PSN community, you know, together that much more. If you're playing like Wipeout or something like that, and one person's on the PS4, the Vita, and the PS3, they should all be able to race with each other. You see what I'm saying? Like things like that. Sorry, I keep looking around. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not like running into something. People keep looking at me all crazy, so I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but yeah, cross-play, some sort of community features like a Ustream type of thing, or like a spectate mode. Of course, party chat. Need to advertise their stuff more. How you doing? Basically, fix the controller, fix the L2, R2 buttons, make those like concave. Have an option for different sizes, like we've seen with the original Xbox, for example, how they had different sizes. That would be something to good. Trying to think what else. Hardware, of course. Hardware. Really, to me, they don't really need to go overboard with the hardware. Really, the main thing hardware-wise that I want to see upgraded is the RAM. They need some more fucking RAM. That's probably the biggest thing hardware-wise that Sony fucked up on with the PS3 is the way that the RAM is. So I would say, I mean, I don't really know that much about RAM and all that type of stuff, or how much that shit really costs. I know it kind of depends, I guess, of like what type of RAM you have, but I would say at least a gig. Depending on what they're trying to do online, I would say at least a gig of RAM, at least a gig. They have to make sure they have, you know, some more RAM with the PS3, because that's what's holding back PSN with, you know, not being able to multitask and things like that. So I would say at least a gig. They don't really need, to me, they don't really need to go overboard with the graphics or the processor. Honestly, they could damn near just have the same cell processor, just have it be smaller and maybe, you know, run a little faster and, you know, things like that. And then just have a better graphics chip, but nothing crazy, just something a little more up to date than the one that they have. And like I said, nothing crazy that's gonna be like, you know, $1,000 to buy the system, because there's really no reason for the PS3 or PS4, excuse me, to, in my opinion, to be over, I'd say $400. If the PS4 is over $400, they're tripping. There's no, like I said, just upgrade the RAM and, you know, maybe have like a slightly better processor and, you know, a better graphics chip. As far as the Blu-ray goes, they can, you know, keep Blu-ray. Maybe somehow I can see the Blu-ray is just more gigs, because 50 is the highest right now for the PS3. So for the PS4, you know, what I would want to see them do is have maybe like 100, you know, like around about 100 for like a dual layer, so double the memory, and also a faster disc reader. So yeah, like not only more memory, but also I will, you know, want it to read faster with the PS3. You know, reads now. Sometimes some games, you know, like might have, you know, longer load times than 360 versions, because, you know, the Blu-ray, there's more memories it's got to like read through or whatever. So a way faster disc reader and double the memory. They need to fix the damn like installs. Like, I don't know if that's a hardware feature or problem or software, whatever it is, but anybody who's a PS3, you know, like when you download something, you download it and then you have to install separately. They need to get rid of that. It needs to just download and install all in the same, you know, thing, just together, you know, seamless, fast, you know, it's just done. So recap, they need to advertise their games a shit ton more. Launch games, I would say, you know, majority of them need to be games that people already know about. More RAM, you know, better online, you know, obviously, you know, the party chats and pretty much everything that we've seen Xbox Live or the PC or the Vita do, the few other things. Though, I mean, those are really the main things. The controller, you know, they can keep the move if they want to. They feel like supporting it. Honestly, I don't really give a shit either way at this point. But if they do want to support it, they keep it around. Just get a better camera. You know, fix the triggers on the DualShock. Have different sizes for people, different options. No, I say it should be no more than about $400. I mean, just keep Blu-ray. You can pretty much have the same processor, just have a better graphics chip and more RAM. And yeah, so I'm cutting this video short because I'm starting to feel really awkward. People are kind of looking at me like, what the fuck is this dude doing? But yeah, shout outs to those guys that I forgot their names, but I'll put the links in the description. Shout outs to Submish, and later.